Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Today we're going to go through a list of baby boy names that I found online. We're still struggling to find a name for our baby boy. I think boy names are a bit harder than girls, but I'm going to go through an A to Z list. Most of the names that I picked out are quite rare and like uncommon in the UK, so I'm going to go through them. And if you have any ideas, good ideas for boy names, just put in the description box below and we'll take a look at it. Ready?
Ready?
Yes. The first A name I was thinking of is Alaric, and that's a regal name and it means all-powerful ruler. I thought it was quite nice. I heard that name from Vampire Diaries, and yeah, I like the character, and then I thought that's a really cool name. I'm not too keen on Rick as a nickname, so we would just call him Alaric. The second one I was thinking of is Alexis, and this is a unisex name. I told Sean about this name, he wasn't really keen on it. But Alexis, I like that name. Again, I don't really like the short form of Alex. I think it's too common over here, and a boy might be confused with being called Alexander or just Alex. And the last A name I was thinking of is Aries, and I think that's a really strong name. I've never heard anyone called Aries before, apart from, like I said, on TV and things like that, like in Greek mythology. Aries is the god of war. Aries is a Latin name for ram, and if you're into star signs, Aries is one of them. If you want to go for a name, a star sign name. B names are harder for me. I've only got two here. I was thinking Blake. I think that's a really nice name. Again, it's a unisex name, and even though it's originally from England, it's an old English name, it's not really used here. It's not very common. It's more, I think it's more American type name than an English one. I haven't heard anyone called Blake, but that was also a name that I was considering for one of my girls as well. So I really like that name. And the last name I've got here is Bryce. There's two ways of saying Bryce. I like this name, but I don't think we'll go for this. It doesn't really go with Maya and Rochelle. Damn, my battery's going already, you know. I've got a couple of C names here that I really liked. The first one is Castiel. And the first time I heard that name was from one of my favourite programs, Supernatural. And Castiel, like he's so funny on that show. My hubby and I, we actually both like this name, so we might strongly consider this as a name for our boy. And I like the way it sounds, and I like the nickname of it as well, Cass. Most likely I'll call him Cass, to be honest. And Castiel is a Hebrew name, which means my cover is God, which is a nice name. I tend to like biblical names, like names of angels as well, so that's one we might consider. The next one is Caspian, and that means large sea. Caspian is a large sea between Asia and Europe, and again I'll call my boy, most likely call him Cass anyway. I've heard a couple of kids being called Caspian, but it's still not very common over here. Clark, and that's usually a surname, and yeah, Clark Kent, it's associated with Clark Kent, Superman, but I think it's a strong first name, and I think the name's quite adult, quite mature. It will suit a little boy as well as when our little boy grows. Another name that I like is Cole. Again, that's from one of my favourite shows when I was growing up, from Charmed, and I think that's a strong masculine name, and it's an old English name which means charcoal black. The definition is not that great. The last C name that I was thinking of is Cyrus, and that has different meanings in different cultures. It's a biblical name and it's also an Islamic name as well. And I think it's also got roots in Greek mythology as well. So I like the name. I like the way it sounds, Cyrus. I think it's a strong masculine name. I like names with X and Y's in them for some reason. But yeah, that's the last C name. First one is D'Angelo, and that's an Italian name. And I love it, but at the same time it's a bit too long, like too many syllables. D'Angelo. Dante is a unisex name. It's an Italian name. It doesn't sound unisex to me. It sounds more of a male name, and I've never heard of any girls called Dante, but I really like that name. And the last one is Dylan. That's one of my favourite names. Dylan is a unisex name as well. I think it's modern, and at the same time it's less common now. The first name I like is Elias, and that's a really nice name. I think it's different. I like the sound of it at the end, the S at the end, and it also goes with the other names that I've picked out here, which is Elias, Elijah, Ellis, and Elliot. And I kind of link them together because most of those names are a short form of Elliot. So, but I really like these names. I think they can stand on their own. And the last E name is Enzo. Again, that's an Italian name, and it's a short form of Lorenzo, which again I like that one as well. I think it's quite a modern name. I don't hear a lot of people with that name. I've never met anyone with that name before. Again, I struggle with the F names. The first one is Fabian, and I really like that name, but I think again, because it's got Faye in it, it might be a bit more on the feminine side, and I don't want my child to be called Faye as a nickname, or like be teased by being called Faye. So we most likely might not go for that one. And the last F is Fallon, and that's an Irish unisex name, and it means leader. I've got a lot of G names here. The first one is Gabriel, and Gabriel the angel, biblical name, and it is a bit more common. It's a bit more common over here, Gabriel, but still I don't really meet a lot of Gabriels. I think the nickname Gabe is used more, but yeah, Gabriel, I love that name. I've always liked that name. I like these two Italian names, Gianni and Giovanni. Again, beautiful names. I really like Italian names. Beautiful, but again, it's a bit too long. So that's on my list, but we're not really going to consider those names. And the last one, I think, is a bit more traditional. I think it's an old English name called Gideon, and I've never met anyone called Gideon. H names. I like Hayden, and Hayden is a unisex name. I have heard this name before. I think it is a bit common. Probably a bit more common since the actors, Hayden Panettiere and the what's his name, Hayden, the actor Hayden Christensen, I think. There's so many names over here that rhyme with Hayden. There's Jaden, Aiden, Braden, Caden. All those names are really, really common and overused over here, so I wouldn't really want one of those names. I think Hayden is a good alternative. Hendrix is a cool name. I like that. It's quite a modern name and everything. And I wouldn't choose this one, but I really like the sound of it. And again, it's got X in the name. So now I'm going to go through the I names. The first name I've got here is Idris, and I just love how it sounds and how it's spelt, and I think it's got more popular and more well known since the actor Idris Elba. But yeah, I really love that name. Next one is Isaac. I think it's pronounced Isaac in different parts of the world. But over here we more pronounce it as Isaac. Another one that's quite common is Isaiah. Isaiah. I would prefer it spelt with IZ instead of the IS version. And yeah, I think it's a biblical name, and it is a well-known name. Again, I don't really run into Isaiahs. I've met only a couple in my life. I've got on my list Jace, not Jason. I like Jason, but it's too common, and it means healer. The next names I like, I've linked them together. They are Julian, Julius, and Jules. And I really like these names. And Julian is a unisex name, but I don't like that name for a girl. And Jules is a French name, and it means youthful. So I thought that was a really, really nice name for a little boy to grow into. Got quite a lot of L names here. I'm gonna go through them quickly. We've got Lorenzo. Even if we did use it, we'll probably use the nickname a lot more, like Enzo. So because Lorenzo is such a beautiful name, I was thinking it wouldn't do it justice if you just kept calling him by the name Enzo or something. So we might not go for this one. The next one I've got here is Leo, and I really like that name, Leo. So we'll see. That's one of my top ones in my head, but I have to see if hubby likes that one as well. I thought Leo would be a cute name for a little boy, and it's a short and sweet name as well. The next one I have here is Levi, and this is a biblical name as well, and it's a unisex name, but I've only met one Levi that's a girl, and I like the V in it, Levi. I just like how it sounds. The next one on my list is Lex. I really, really love this name. It's one of my favourite ones. Like, I keep talking to hubby, I'm like, let's name him Lex. Again, another name from Superman and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I like names with like X's and Y's and Z's for some reason. It's just, I want it to be a standalone name if we choose this one, and I think it goes with Rochelle and Lex. Yeah, so I might try and talk to hubby, we'll see. And then the last name, I also like this one, and it's got X in it as well, and it's called Lynx. And Lynx is kind of like you either love it or you hate it sort of thing. But I really like how it's spelled, Lynx, and I don't think we'll go for this because it's kind of a bit trendier, but and you know, there's different meanings, and you know, Lynx is an animal, Lynx the body spray, all that kind of thing. Like a boy might get teased maybe, I don't know. So Lynx is just a really, really nice name that I thought I'd just put on the list. So the only word I've chosen beginning with M is Mateo, and that is a Latin Spanish name, and I really, really love it. But Mateo, I think it wouldn't really go with Maya and Rochelle, Nathan and Nate. So Nathan, I love Nathan, that's one of my favourites as well. But then again, over here it's common. But because I love it so much, I might actually consider it if hubby was willing to choose that name, or if he liked that name. I like the name Nate, so the nickname Nate is really, really cute. The last one I have here is Nico, and I like it spelled Nico. I think it's a cute name for a boy to grow into, and I think it has a bit of a twist on other N-sounding names like Nick and Nicholas and things like that. For O is Onyx, and again, that's kind of like the Lynx name, like you either love it or you hate it. And I have Oscar here, Oscar, again, it's a bit more common. It's like a traditional name, but I think it's a bit too posh for me, and it's a bit higher maintenance. I think that name. I don't think it really goes with Rochelle's throwing balls. I don't think it goes with Maya and Rochelle. Maya, Rochelle and Oscar. It just doesn't really flow together. Right, I've got 2 P names. The first one is Peyton, and Peyton's a really, really cool name. I've heard it a lot in, you know, TV shows and films and stuff. And the last P name I have here is Pierce, and I think that's a strong name that will, like a timeless name. The Q name I have here is Quinn, and Quinn means council. And yeah, I really like that name. It's a unisex name, and I think it'll go well with boys and girls. And yeah, so we've got that one, Quinn. I've got quite a lot of R names here. So the first one is Reese. I really love the name Reese. It kind of reminds me of Levi, the name Levi, for some reason. Yeah, I think it's a very masculine name, and I just like how it flows. It's quite soft sounding, at the same time it's masculine. The next one I have here is Ruben, and Ruben is quite common. I think I saw it on the list of, you know, 100 baby boy names. I think he'll go with Maya, Rochelle, Ryan, and Ryan. And the last R name I have is Russell, and Russell is not very common over here. I think it's a good sounding name. And the next one we have is Soren. Soren is a unisex name, and it has different meanings, so it's nice as a girl's name. I know one person called Soren. Sterling, and again, this is quite a sophisticated name, and again, it's from one of my shows, Archer. But yeah, I think it's a really, really nice name. I think it's unique, even though it's probably trending right now. And the last name I have here is Silas, and I like how it's spelled S-Y-L-A-S. The first T name I have here is Tariq, and that's an Islamic name, and I think it's very, very beautiful sounding. I really like the name Tariq, but I don't know if we'll go for this one, but I'll put it on my list. And then we've got Theo. I love the name Theo. I think it's quite a popular name though, and I think it's a really, really cute name for a boy, Theo. And the last name I picked up is Tristan, and that means bold and riot, which I like those meanings. And with U, I struggled. The only U name I've got here is Uriel, and that is a Hebrew name, and that means angel of light or flame of God, which is really, really beautiful, strong meanings. I have here Victor, which is a very strong name, Fallon, and Fallon means strong and healthy. I thought it'd be a really, really good name to name your child when they're born. You want them to be strong and healthy. It's a good meaning, and I love how it's pronounced, and I love how it's spelled V-A-L-L-E-N, Fallon. It's a bit similar to Fallon, but I think it's even more unique and rare. So Fallon is a really, really cool name. Again, we'll see if hubby likes that one. And W names now. Okay. The first one that I've got here is Warren. I really, really love this name. Again, it's from Charmed. And it's Wyatt. And this name is an Old English name, and it means brave little warrior. Again, I think it's very strong. I really like this meaning. The same with the Valen one. Rochelle's gonna join us?
Yes.
Say hi.
Hi.
So the X name that I have here is Xavier, and I love how it's spelt X-A-V-I-E-R. Xavier is a traditional name, and I think it's popular name. So
This is
I'm not sure.
Mummy.
Yes, baby. I found Y names really, really hard. So the only names I've got here that I'm not really, really keen on, but I'll just add it anyway, is Yannick, and that's a unisex word, and it means God is gracious. And the beautiful meaning for that word, but I don't really like how it sounds, Yannick. Not for me. The last name I have here is Yates. I do like this name, but I think it's quite hard to pronounce for the girls. Yates. I have a tongue piercing, and some names are a bit harder to pronounce, and on a regular basis I'm not really sure I would like the effort of having to keep calling him Nate Yates. And the last letter, Z. So I have Zayden, and Zayden again I think it's rare and is a good alternative if you don't want a too common name like we have over here, Jaden, Aiden. The last name I have here, I really like how it sounds and how it's spelt, and it's actually a very, very unique name that I found online, and it's Zaire. And Zaire is a place name. It's a country in Central Africa, now known as Congo. So I didn't know that, and it was really, really interesting to find. But yeah, Zaire, I think it sounds really, really nice and soft sounding, almost sounding like French names there for some reason. I think because it's very, very soft pronunciation. So yeah, that's the list of our baby boy names. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked some of the names that I've chosen.
And I chose
yeah. Don't forget to
subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, don't forget to, well done. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And have a good day everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye for now.